Very good morning to you all on this Wednesday morning. We're going to start gentle, and then we're going to do some mobilizing and breathing, and we are going to do some balancing today. So I hope you're feeling like you're going to be good at balancing today. And we're going to do 2 or 3 different balancing exercises. But let's just start off with a little roll of the shoulders, and I'll start that music going. Little roll of the, oh, it's not going. Yeah. Good start, Paul. Good start. Start with a roll of the shoulders. So, because it's yoga and it's Wednesday, everything is slow and relaxed and gentle. So slow, roll the shoulders. Morning, John. And then roll your shoulders back. Slowly. Fantastic. Let's have a little shrug of the shoulders up and then relax down. And when you relax down, let's just really drop those shoulders. Feel the muscles in your neck just relaxing as your shoulders drop. So raise your shoulders again into a shrug, and then exhale and release. And a couple more times. Shrug and release. And shrug and release. Excellent. Let's get those shoulders moving. So we'll do a few little circles with one arm, round in a circle. And then just switch it to the figure of 8, swooping round gently, gracefully. It's quite nice. It creates a bit of airflow, doesn't it, in this heat? The human fan. Right, let's do the other side. So start with circles, all the way around in a circle. Oh, feels good. And the figure of 8, looping round. Very good. Relax. A little twizzle. Just let those arms just flop round. And really gently, just loosening up your back, getting movement into your back. Dun, 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 dun. Fantastic. Excellent. Let's move on, and we will to be standing on the mat. We'll start with just gentle breathing, and then we'll add in a little bit of a movement. So feet firmly on the floor, feet under your hips, and just let your body stand there for a moment, and we'll take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out. Big inhale, big exhale. Now you know what to do here. As we inhale, we're going to roll the shoulders back, look up. And as we exhale, we're going to roll the shoulders forwards and look down. And again, inhale, roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale and look down. Couple more times, nice and slowly. Long deep breath in as we look up. And out as we look down. And again, in as we look up. And out as we look down. Fantastic. Have a little shake out. So we're going to just start raising the hands over the head as we inhale, and Just going to change my camera a little bit for this so we can see over the head. So, inhale, raise your hands up over your head, palms facing each other. We'll just pause here for a moment, just soft knees, and take a couple of breaths. And then on your next exhale, bring your hands together, down the middle, and release. Let's do that again, and we'll hold at the top again. So inhale, arms up. Couple of breaths. And hands together as we exhale, bring the hands down in front and release. We'll do it a couple more times, but we'll just continuously move. Inhale, exhale. So inhale, arms up. Bring those hands together, exhale, down in front and release. And again, inhale. And exhale. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Fantastic. We'll do a little chair pose now. So we're going to inhale, bring those arms up. Again, same posture as we just had, but I just want to do a little bend of the knees. Just sink down a little bit, holding our chair pose. A couple of breaths here. Then as we inhale, we're going to stand up, bring the hands together. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the hands down in front. Let's do that again a couple of times. Inhale, arms up. Chair, sink down. Inhale, straighten up. Bring those hands down one more time. Inhale. Sink down as we exhale. Inhale, come up again. And exhale, hands down. Very good, very good. Now, let's see a little bit more space here. So I did say some balancing today, so we're going to move on to our tree pose. Okay, and I'm going to give you those options that we always have for this. So, I'll give you the first position. Everyone can do this. Just put all your weight on one foot and bring the other heel off the floor. So we're using those toes for balance. And we're going to bring the hands overhead and push those palms together into tree pose number one. This is the easiest one. Now if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, just bring that foot in so your heel is resting against your other ankle. We've still got most of the weight on one foot. Okay, so let that foot push into the floor. And for those of you that want to take this onto stage 3, we're going to lift the foot off the floor, foot to the side of the leg. And for those of you who want to take it up even higher onto the thigh, that's your option. Very good. Oh, Margaret, very good. Margaret's the only person I can actually see the legs, so I know the other. Oh, no, but I know the others are doing it well as well. So let's just get back into that. Yes. So remember, always start with a toe down. When you feel confident, bring the foot up a little bit, and then a little bit more. And if you can always put that toe down. All I want to do, I'm going to be quiet now, and we're going to take 3 or 4 deep, slow breaths while we hold our balance position. So inhaling, exhaling slowly. Okay, one more breath. And when you reach your next exhale, bring those arms down, and that foot can go back onto the floor. Thank goodness. So of course we have to do the other side. So you'll find that you're probably balancing better on one side than the other, but you need to practice both sides. So, first of all the weight goes onto one foot. Lift the other heel up. Now this may be your most comfortable position. In that case, that is fine, just to hold this position. Okay, if you want to bring that heel in a little bit onto the ankle, that's great. That's position number 2. And for those of you who are really good at balancing, then you might just want to lift that foot up a little bit onto the side of the calf or the side of the thigh. Very good. Not going to say anything. Let's take a couple of deep breaths and hold the position. One more breath. And then as we exhale, we'll bring those arms down and feet flat onto the floor. Let's do it again. Practice makes perfect. So we're going to do about 30 seconds on each side. Your choice of position. Okay, or if you want to have a go at the more advanced one, doesn't matter if you only do a couple of seconds and then put your foot down. But try not to lift it up and down too many times. It's better that we find a relaxing state and hold that while we breathe. Okay, so you're ready. Let's go back to that first foot. Whatever position makes you comfortable. I use the word comfortable very loosely on this. And let's just breathe and relax. Listen to the sound of your breath as you hold your pose. And as you exhale, let's bring those arms down and we'll go straight onto the other side, balancing on the other foot. And we'll go for about another 30 seconds. And on your next exhale, let's bring those arms down and relax. Very good. Now, I think we're ready to move on to our star pose, our star. So we're still balancing on one foot. Some people actually find this easier because you're spreading your body weight and your center of gravity outwards. And that's not strictly true, but we'll say it anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to lift one leg out to the side. We're going to bring the arms up into a star position, and then we're going to rotate until one foot comes off the floor. Now, if that toe stays on the floor, don't worry too much. Okay, but if you can lift it up and hold the star position, that's amazing. I find this one slightly easier than tree pose. I don't know why, it's because my arms are spread out. Oh. Okay, so let's hold this for another couple of breaths. Wahee. And then on your next exhale, bring that foot down, bring your arms down. Let's try the other side. Oh, loving the star poses. Looks really good. So, again, we'll lift one leg up to the side. We'll We'll bring the arms up and then we'll just tilt slightly and try and hold, balancing on one leg. And take a couple of breaths, putting that foot down this side. Take a couple of deep breaths. And foot down. Now, in our last couple of minutes on this section, I'm going to give you a choice. I'm going to give you the choice of either star pose again. Okay, star pose is good, you can do that one again. Or if you're feeling really confident, we can try warrior 3. I can't do warrior 3. I'm going to sort of attempt to show you. But basically, you bring your leg behind, you bring your arms out, and you bring your body horizontal. That is a rough approximation on my part to warrior 3. Ideally, your body should be horizontal like a table and your legs should be straight. Have a go. If you're not confident, let's do a star pose again. Okay, but if you want to have a go at warrior 3, it's a good balancing exercise, and it also requires flexibility of your hamstrings so you can lean out flat. Oh. Yeah, very good. I'm seeing some good warrior 3s, Margaret, excellent. Let's try the other side. If you've done one side, maybe have a go at the other side. You'll probably find one side is easier than the other. I'm going to try my left foot. So we've got about 2 more minutes. I'm just going to give you 2 minutes just to practice any of those poses. Take your time. So I know it's quite good to hold the ones we're good at, but maybe try the ones you're not so good at as well and see what you can do. So I'll give you another minute, so maybe just do like 30 seconds on each side of one more of those exercises. Even the tree is good to have another go at. You can do your tree, your star, your warrior 3. Okay. Oh, finishing with some trees. Very good trees there. Excellent. We could just do this for another half an hour, couldn't we? But we won't. We've got other stuff to do. We have got other stuff that we should be doing. So we're going to do a short sequence now, and then we will be on the floor for the last longer section. So, haven't done any forward folds yet, have we, John? So, let's have a couple of forward folds. We are going to do a downward facing dog today, but we're only going to do it a couple of times just for practice. So, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And just to get ourselves stretching out those hamstrings, let's just hang here for a few breaths. And each time you exhale, let's just stretch down a little bit more. Find your own position. Make sure you feel a stretch in your back, in your hamstrings, backs of your legs. And inhaling, exhaling, sinking down on the exhale. And when you reach your next inhale, let's unfold. And bring those arms down. Let's do that again one more time before we do that downward dog. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Couple of inhale, exhale cycles, sinking down a little bit lower each time you exhale. And then when you reach your next inhale, let's unfold. And bring your arms down. Now let's have a go at downward dog. We're not going to do the full sun salutation. It's too hot. The sun's already done its work today. So, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Now, but I forgot to say, facing the end of the mat, on the end of the mat facing outwards, so we've got space to do a big step back. So if you need to bend your knees to get your hands on the floor, that's okay. We just bend the knees if you need to, and just step back into high plank, and from high plank, push your hips up, push your head back between your arms, and try and keep those legs straight. If you find you want to just bend those knees a little bit to get your head down, that's fine. But then when you're there, just maybe try and straighten out those legs again. Let's hold it for a couple of breaths. We haven't done this for a few weeks, so and then when you're ready, we'll just take a big step forwards or a little walk forwards. Bring the other foot forwards and stand up. We are going to do that again a couple of times. So, you can do this in your own time or you can follow me, I don't mind. I'm going to inhale as I bring my arms up. And I'm going to go into my forward fold. That one gets a little bit easier each time. Okay, I'm stepping back into my plank, palms down. And then when I'm ready, I'm pushing back into downward facing position. So I'm going to do what I did before. I'm just going to bend my knees a little bit. I'm going to push my head and shoulders back a little bit more. And then I'm going to straighten out the legs again. And that helps get into a better position. You might find your heels are on the floor. If they're not, don't worry, mine aren't. Good stretch in the back of the legs though. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to come out of it into plank, step forwards, stand up, and then I'm going to do one more. We've got time for one more. So going straight back down again after my stretch. Step back. Push back into downward facing position. That's just excellent. And then come out of the pose, step forwards. and stand up. Very good. Told you it was going to be a short sequence, that one, just to get us in the mood for downward dogs. We're going to do more next week, a little bit more extended section on downward dogs next week. So the good news is that we get to sit down now. So let's just sit down on the floor. Now, for those of you that can comfortably sit cross-legged on the floor, that's amazing. But for me, I don't find it too easy, so I'm just going to sit with my back against the wall just to give me a little bit of support. And I recommend, if you feel uncomfortable sitting cross-legged on the floor without any support, it's perfectly reasonable just to put your back against the wall like I'm doing. But I'm sure most of you can just sit there comfortably with your back straight. So let's just cross those legs. And again, some people will be able to get their knees down onto the floor, open up the hips. Some of us, not so much. Let's take a couple of breaths, just sitting and relaxing and breathing. And I'm going to suggest that maybe you put your elbows on your knees and just push down a little bit, so we do get a little stretch into the thighs. Take a couple of breaths. Feels good to be sitting down. Fantastic. Experiment with different positions. I've got my ankles crossed over, but you can just bring your feet flat against each other and then push down and see if we can get a little bit of a stretch into those thighs. Yeah, the yogis like to put their finger and thumb together on the hands and just rest the backs of the hands on the knees. So that feels comfortable. I'm definitely getting a stretch in my thighs, that's good. A couple more breaths while we're here before we move on. Fantastic. Let's release those legs and just bring them out in a straight line in front. Now, take those hands in the air and do a forward fold from the seated position. So we're going to try and reach those hands towards those little toes. It doesn't matter if you can't touch your toes. In fact, my hands are just going to rest on my shins for now. If you can get your hands round your feet, that's amazing. Some of you will be able to do that quite easily. Others, like me, may struggle, but do what you can. And then I just want you to try pulling yourself a little bit further forwards, either by creeping your hands down your legs towards your ankles, or if you're gripping your feet, just pulling a little bit, bending the elbows to pull yourself forwards so we get more of a stretch. Try not to let the knees bend, yeah? The knees should be straight. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. And release gently, bringing your back up right again. Now I want you to take one foot, bend the knee and bring the foot to the side of your thigh. Now this is a bit like tree pose, isn't it? But sitting down. This knee, if you can get that knee to go down to the floor, that's amazing. You might not quite be able to do that, but it doesn't matter. And then, oh look, there's my little toes. We're going to reach down towards those toes again, both hands towards the other foot. So we'll start by taking the hands over the head, and then we'll do a big stretch forwards, folding forwards, reaching down towards the ankle or the foot. And you might just like pull yourself down the leg with your hands. Allow your hips to roll forwards, and you'll find you'll be able to reach down a little bit further. Let's hold it here for a few breaths. If your hands are around the end of your foot, that's okay. Maybe just pulling a little bit tighter. Couple more deep breaths. And release. Let's do the other side. Oh. So, take your time, straighten out that bent knee, bring the other foot into the side of the thigh. We'll try and open up those hips so that knee goes down towards the floor. Don't worry if it doesn't quite meet the floor. And then let's take an inhale and bring your arms up, and then exhale forward, fold down towards those toes. Roll your hips forwards, reaching those hands out towards the foot. If you can grip the foot, that's amazing. Don't worry if you can't. Everyone find your own position, and maybe when you're comfortable just pull yourself a little bit further down. I'm like gripping my leg and just like pulling myself down my leg like climbing a rope. And we'll hold it here for a few breaths. Couple more deep breaths. And release. Now we're going to do one more stretch while we're here. Why not? It's both legs straight now, but we're going to take those feet apart, and we're going to take those legs as wide as you can, okay, into a nice big V shape. So straight legs, both legs straight, and see how far apart you can get your heels. That's it for me. Now guess what we're going to do here? We're going to try forward fold again. So with the feet wide, legs straight, arms in the air, and then exhale and get your hands, if you can get your hands onto the floor and push forwards. This is tough for me. Some of you will like have your head down on the floor. Some of us nowhere near. In fact, I can hardly get my hands onto the floor. But stretch out, just do this. That's really good. See, Margaret there is excellent at this one. I'm sure Caroline as well. I can't quite see you, Caroline, but I know you're doing better than I am. Hold it for a few breaths. Wow. And unfold slowly. Oh man. I hope you weren't watching me on that one. That was a terrible demonstration, but you guys did really well. Very good. So I do want to try that one more time. I'm going to give you a choice. Either feet wide or feet together or anywhere in between, whatever's comfortable for you. So choose the one that you sort of felt. You felt more, getting more of a stretch. Either feet open or feet together. And we'll do one more stretch forward. See if we can touch those toes or get your hands onto the floor. And release. Oh, I feel like I've had some good stretches there. Difficult and some of them uncomfortable for me, but I sort of feel as if it's doing me some good. And I need to do a really good back stretch now. So we are going to do our regular final stretches. So you'll need to be on hands and knees. We're going to do cat and cow and child's pose. So onto hands and knees. This is my favourite bit where I do my cat stretch. And we'll arch that back up towards the ceiling. Let your head hang down and give a nice big stretch through your lower back. Putting your tummy upwards away from the floor. Take a couple of breaths. Let's reverse that into our cow stretch. So tummy comes down, head comes up. Oh, I can really feel that today after those seated stretches. That's really feel like I'm needing that one. And back into cat, arch your back up. And into cow, tummy down, head up. One more time into cat. And one more time into cow. And then we're going to sit back into child's pose. You might just want to take your knees a little bit wider. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch those arms out in front. Think about creeping those fingers away from you like little spiders walking across the floor, stretching out. Oh yes. Chest down towards the floor. Feel the stretch in your back. And very, very slowly we're just going to kneel up, walk the hands back towards the knees. Fantastic. And then let's take a step forward with one foot and push the front knee forward. So we're going to get a little stretch into that thigh again. Very good. We'll just think about pushing that knee as far forward as you can. And the other side, just a few seconds on the other side, pushing forwards. Oops. And feel that stretch in your leg. And release. I'm just going to stand up slowly. If you're getting up, get up slowly, don't rush up too quick. Oh, there we are. Another sequence rushed by, didn't it? No, it was nice and gentle, nice and slow today. So very well done. I saw some excellent work, I have to say. I have to say, you guys, well, actually, what I should actually say is you girls are doing really well. Me and John, not so much. But very well done. Yes, very well done. I'm seeing some good work. Keep practicing. Don't forget, you need to keep doing this to get those benefits. Don't just do it on the Wednesdays with me. Try and do a few of these stretches and exercises at other times during the week. So we'll be back next week. We didn't do much in the way of twists today, did we? So we'll do more twists next week to get some lateral movement into the back, and we'll do a more extended downward dog sequence. Okay, but don't let that frighten you off. It will be gentle, and I will give you options. So very well done. I will come down and have a little chat with you guys on Zoom, and have a great weekend. It's not the weekend, is it? Have a great Wednesday. See you Friday for Sprightly, and then you can have a good weekend. Very good. Very well done. I'm very impressed. From what I could see, I am very impressed. Sometimes you go out of shot and I can't see everything, but particularly Margaret, I could see what you're doing and you were doing really well.